to go through as we talk about leadership, talk about what we as a North Point family have been doing to prepare for the leader that will indeed be coming to lead pastor North Point here in the future. We did want to highlight a number of things that are going to inform the search process and that I think are just simply really encouraging for us as a North Point family. So, first one, church assessment. These are the culmination of the strengths that North Point sees about themselves. Number one, we have strong connections with one another and a culture that cares for those in our North Point community. Secondly, our authentic and non-judgmental nature makes us welcoming and open to all. Kind of, in quotations, the phrase, come as you are. This is reflective of our church and a strength that we see. The third point, the vision statement reflects our authentic and welcoming North Point community. Number 4, we see the crucial period of time our church is in and desire the leadership needed to move forward in this time. Number 5, there are not a lot of existing painful events for North Point to address. And number 6, we know a lot of change is coming and desire to continue to love each other and stay true to who God has called us to be. Tim, I wanted to start out with asking you a question here. What's one thing that stands out and really gets you excited for North Point in this time as you read that list?
When I look at these strengths, I'd have to say that one of the strengths that really stood out to me that I want to comment is our connections with one another as a North Point family. Another way of being able to say this is our cohesiveness as a church family. And I guess I choose this strength right now, largely because this particular strength is really being put to the test. I have to say, with the COVID restrictions and limitations that are placed on us. And yet, what I find so encouraging is how North Point family continues to look for ways to communicate and care for one another. We, along with all other churches, are going through a real shaking. And yet, there continues to be this ongoing desire in the heart of North Point to stay connected. When our new lead pastor arrives, man, it's going to be so important, even though the church to some extent is scattered, and we have talked largely about that, there's still this connectedness.
Ryan, I wanted to throw a similar question to you following up as you hear what Tim says and as you look at the strengths that were listed. How do you see these helping us move us forward through this process?
So I think, to the point of your question, understanding the church strengths, I think it's critical in understanding the identity or the DNA of North Point and what we are going to build off of with that next pastor. The encouraging strength that the transitional team pulled from North Point discussions is that we're open to God's leading. We understand that this is a critical point in our church, and that is really encouraging. And that is something that I'm sure a prospective pastor would love to hear, is that not only does this church have these strengths that I can lean on, that we can build on, but we want to follow God's leading in this time of change for North Point, not just our individual aspirations for North Point. We're definitely taking a step now with everything that we have from the transitional team, and we're in the process of forming our search committee. So that is a big step in this process, and I want North Point to continue to keep the lead team as we are seeking out individuals to be on that search committee. Keep us in prayer. And one thing I'm thinking of is, as we often sit and pray for our leaders, pray for the people in our church, or perhaps even yourself. You might be one of the names that we are coming to consider. And is this something that you feel God telling you that this is something you can participate in the North Point family and in the North Point community, taking this step together? It's never one person who decides a pastor, it's always a community and a body. And a lot of prayer is needed, but I think some soul searching from the leadership team and from those individuals who will be on the search committee is very important. So continue to pray for us there.